It's here first from IPR. I'm Megan McKinney. Iowa Democratic Party Chair Rita Hart says a rural Midwestern state should be first in the nation for caucuses ahead of the presidential election in 2028, but that is not what national Democrats decided. And researchers are looking into purple corn to be a natural food dye. It's Monday, August 17th. National Democratic Party leaders have set the dates for the early voting contests as the party picks a presidential nominee, and the Iowa Democratic Party's caucuses are not on the list. Iowa Democratic Party Chair Rita Hart says National Democrats didn't learn from the mistake of kicking the caucuses out of their leadoff role in 2024.
We need a Midwest and a truly rural state to be among the first four states if we hope to build sustainable and lasting Democratic majorities that enact real and meaningful change.
The party's new 2028 calendar puts South Carolina's presidential primary into the leadoff spot, followed by Nevada, then New Hampshire. In 2024, New Hampshire officials ignored the calendar National Democrats came up with and still held their presidential primary first, which is required by New Hampshire's constitution. Hart says that chaos is likely to happen again in 2028. Some local Iowa Democrats have said hosting the caucuses diverted attention from local races and their party should concede first in the nation to other states. Iowa Republicans will hold first in the nation caucuses in 2028. Republican candidate for governor Zach Lahn says he wants to improve the quality of life for Iowans and give young people more reasons to stay in the state. Lahn told a crowd at the Iowa State Fair that he plans to stick with the same issues that helped him win the GOP primary against an established candidate.
That means we should have good schools, that we should have clean water, a good, fair judicial system. That's what our campaign's been about this entire time. And in the primary election, people saw that. They understood that's what we were fighting for.
Lahn, a businessman from Belle Plaine, made his comments at the Des Moines Register political soapbox. Lahn says the general election should focus on ideas instead of personal attacks. He also wants to protect family farms from big agricultural companies and fight Iowa's high cancer rates. Democratic candidate for governor Rob Sands says Iowa needs a change in leadership after a decade of Republican control at the State House. IPR's Sheila Bremer has more from his speech at the Des Moines Register political soapbox.
Democrat Rob Sands started his appearance by asking the crowd to sing a patriotic hymn. Then he pointed to his record as a state prosecutor and as Iowa's only Democrat currently elected to statewide office.
I've been pissing off powerful people in both parties on your behalf as your state auditor. I'd like to keep doing it as your governor.
Sands says state leaders should focus more on people than political parties and work together to solve problems. He acknowledges that some of his positions have upset members of his own party, but says elected officials should tell people what they believe rather than what voters want to hear. Iowa Republican Party Chair Jeff Kaufman rejected Sands' moderate image, calling him a liberal candidate. In Des Moines, I'm Sheila Brummer, IPR News.
Researchers say purple corn could offer a natural alternative to artificial food dyes and new opportunities for farmers. IPR's Rachel Kramer has more.
One of the challenges food manufacturers face when trying to use plant-derived food dyes is that they tend to lose their color during processing or while sitting on a shelf. But researchers at the University of Missouri have found potential with a variety of purple corn from South America. They're collaborating with Sherry Flint Garcia, a USDA research geneticist who's developing purple corn hybrids that can grow in the U.S. She uses dog breeding to help explain the process.
If you have a pug and a beagle, those are different breeds and pure breeds. And if you cross them together, then you make a crossbreed, like a puggle. And so we have the same thing in corn.
The researchers say purple corn hybrids could open new markets for farmers. I'm Rachel Kramer, IPR News.
And I'm Megan McKinney. It's here first from IPR. There are many candidates who want to represent you in Congress or lead the state speaking at the Des Moines Register political soapbox this year, and IPR is covering it. You can check out our coverage so far at IPR.org, and we'll continue to bring you more here on Here First from IPR News. Thanks for listening today. Talk to you tomorrow.